Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Murini Indah. I'm from IPIF 2019 and today I will present about microeconomic material, especially in money and inflation. And this is my table content. The first one, I will explain about what is money. The second, the quantity theory of money. The third, the revenue from printing money. The fourth, inflation and interest rate. The fifth, the nominal interest rate and the demand for money. And the last is hyperinflation. So what is money? Money is the stock of asset that can be readily used make a transaction. And what is the function of money? There are three functions of money. The first one is store of value. It means money is a way to transfer purchasing power from the present to the future, right? And the second is unit of account. What is unit of account? It means money provides in term in which price are quoted and debt are recorded. And the last is medium exchange. It means money is what we use to buy goods and service. There are two types of money. The first one is fiat money. What is fiat money? Fiat money is money that has no intrinsic value because it is established as money by government decree or fiat, like that. And the second is commodity money, the most widespread example is gold. And how the quantity of money controlled. The quantity of money available in an economy is called money supply. In the system of commodity money, the money supply is simply the quantity of that commodity. The government control over money supply is called monetary policy. And how the quantity money is measured? Because money is the stock of assets used for transaction, the quantity of money is the quantity of those assets. In simple economies, this quantity is easy to measure because no single asset is used for all transactions. Okay, the last slide is the quantity theory of money. This is the transaction, the quantity of equation. So they are the quantity of equation formula. So M is money multiplied by V is velocity equal to P or price multiplied by T, transaction. And from transaction to income. When studying the role of money in the economy, economists usually use a slightly different version of quantity equation than the one just introduced. The problem with the first equation is that the number of transactions is difficult to measure. This version of quantity equation is the most common, and it is the one we use from now. And this is the equation formula from transaction to income. The difference is when where the quantity equation use the T and the transaction to income use the Y. It means output. The money demand function and the quantity equation. When we analyze how money affects the economy, it is often useful to express the quantity of money in terms of the quantity of goods and services it can buy. Real money balance measures the purchasing power of the stock of money. So the next is the assumption of constant velocity. If we make the additional assumption that the velocity of money is constant, then the quantity equation becomes its useful theory about the effect of money, called the quantity theory of money. Velocity does change if the money demand function change, like that. Price, money, and inflation. The productive capability of the economy determines real GDP. The quantity of money determines nominal GDP, and the GDP deflator is ratio of nominal GDP to real GDP. Because velocity is fixed and any change in the money supply leads to a proportionate change in nominal GDP. Why? Because the factor of production and the production function have already determined real GDP. Nominal GDP can adjust only if the price level change. Okay, side knowledge, the revenue from printing money. When the government print money to finance expenditure, maybe it increase the money supply. It is always like that. The increase in money supply in turn causes inflation. Printing money to raise revenue is like imposing an inflation tax. At first, it may not be obvious that inflation can be viewed as a tax. At price rise, the real value of the money in your everyone wallet falls. Therefore, when the government prints new money for its use, it makes the old money in the hands of the public less valuable. Inflation is like a tax on holding money. The amount of revenue raised by printing money varies from country to country. When the new nation won in independence, there was a natural skepticism about fiat money. Next is inflation and interest rate. There is two interest rate. Two interest rate. The first one is real and the second is nominal interest rate. What is the difference and the definition? The first one is nominal interest rate. It is the interest rate that the bank pays, that called the nominal interest rate, and the increase in purchasing power is called the real interest rate. The Fisher effect. Once we split the nominal interest rate into these two parts, we can use this equation to develop the theory that explains the nominal interest rate. That is the equation. Ex ante and ex post. What is that? It's the real interest rate that the borrower and lender expect when the loan is made. It can be called ex ante real. And inflation and nominal interest rate and the real interest rate that is actually realized. It can be called by ex post real interest rate. The nominal interest rate and the demand for money. Have two parts. The cost of holding money. The money you hold, the money everyone holds in everyone and their wallet does not earn interest if instead of holding that money everyone used to buy government bonds or deposit in a savings account, everyone would earn the nominal interest rate. Therefore, the nominal interest rate is the opportunity cost of holding money. It is what you give up by holding money rather than bonds. Okay. And the second is future money and current price. The higher nominal interest rate increases the cost of holding money and therefore reduces the demand for real money balance because the Fed has not changed the quantity of money valuable today. The reduced demand for real money balance leads to a higher price level. Hence, expectation of higher money growth in the future leads to a higher price level today. The effect of money on price is complex. Why? The appendix to the chapter presents the Kagan model, which shows how the price level is related to current and expected future monetary policy. And the last is hyperinflation. the cause of hyperinflation. When inflation reaches extreme level, however, these causes are more apparent because they are also short warm over time. It would lose value less rapidly than the money left sitting in the exploding price level. Eventually, this cause of hyperinflation become intolerable. And what is the causes of hyperinflation? When the central bank print money, the price level was rises. When the print money rapidly enough, the result is hyperinflation. To stop the hyperinflation, the central bank must reduce the rate of money growth. So yeah, that's it. That's just all my presentation. And thank you for your attention. I'm sorry for my shortcoming and for my all mistakes. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye.